Hey guys, so you got a driveway that needs to be done, you got a wife that's griping at you, you've blown out the shocks on your car. Okay, fine, so I need to fix the potholes. So, today's project, hot water heater box scraper. Guess you can't really call it a box since a hot water heater's round, but yeah, you know, whatever. So, basically, we got a regular standard 40-gallon hot water heater, and we need to tear it down. If you need some help on that, I've got another video. I'll post up a link for it on one of my buddies helping me tear down one of these hot water heaters. Just so you know, it makes a mess. So, hot water heater, some bed frame, a couple of random bolts, a welder, some cutting supplies. Gotta get the hot water heater down to this point. Once it's down to this point, then you can really start this project. So, like I said, go ahead, click on the link, watch the video on how to tear it apart if you need some help. So, once we got it to this point, we're going to start making our box and our scraper. So, you're going to take your hot water heater, and on it, you're going to cut out a section. And basically, it's going to look like this piece here. And your rise over run on this section will be about 6 inches by about 10 inches. So you're going to take from your fill here, you're going to cut it over, and then you're going to cut it across. Alright, so from here we're going to take an inside look. The first thing that we have is our scraper bar, and basically on your backside lip you're going to take and cut a piece that measures the entire length, and you're going to weld just a regular piece of 1x1 angle iron onto it, and that's going to make your actual scraper bar on the rear. In the front we've got our teeth here, and basically what you want is you want your teeth to extend down basically 1.5 inches or so past what your scraper bar's depth is. So yet again we go back to that rise over run. So basically we have a flat stock that comes down at about this area, so we want the teeth to extend about 1 inch past that. So this is about 5 inches, so the teeth are actually about 6 inches long. So the teeth come down from a piece of flat stock welded on the inside, and they come down. They're about 6 inches. Well, they were when I started, but I've since graded most of my driveway now. So it's worn some of the teeth down a little. But so they come out about 6 inches to about right here. Once you've got those in place, then you're going to weld braces from the base of the tooth about 1 inch or so up from where your flat stock is, right about in here. You're going to weld a brace all the way to the back. So that's going to go from 1 inch above your flat stock all the way to the back piece, and I'll post a photo in just a sec that's a little more in tune on that. So once that's done, and you have your brace here, you have that done, you got everything welded in place, and that's basically the gist of setting up the area here. So I'm going to post a couple of up-close photos for you, and then we're going to cover the outside of the box. Alright, for this next step, it's really important that you have the tractor that you intend to use this on. And the reason being is because you need to actually have this pivot. As you can see, it pivots on the front teeth. And that's really important. So what I'm going to do now is I'll show you how I did the basic mock-up in order to do this. So, what I did was I got my tractor, in this case, my mud mower, and as you can see right now, it's lifted up. And like I said, that's so that the teeth are what it pivots on, like so. So when I was building this and the triangle, once I set this in, I just welded a nut onto a piece of flat stock, nice grade 8. That way all I had to do was just drop it through and then put a big old I welded a bolt on, and then I can put a big old nut on it, just like I do on my towing stuff, which you can see when I haul out the trees with the mud mower. And so there, that makes our lock-in hitch. So basically what I did was I took this. So basically what I do is I take this, and I take a 2x4, and I put it in underneath the scraper bar, and that sets it so it's 1.5 inches difference. So as you can see now, it's nice and leveled out. So once that piece is in underneath the scraper bar, it sets the level, because your teeth need to go 1.5 inches deeper. That way you can bring up everything underneath. So once you have this set up and you have this piece on, then you can set this triangle in here of your bed frame, and then cut off some braces so that way it doesn't flex, and pretty much you're done as far as hitching it up. So now let's look at the box. And just so that we're clear, my buddy Scott does not use flux core very often, so his welding skills are a little bit off. But he still did a good job. Thanks, Scott, for helping out. I really appreciate it. Okay, so our weight box is really nothing special. Basically, we just have a singular regular cinder block, and what you do is you weld up a basic undercarriage frame, and then you weld a back plate on so that the cinder block won't move. You set your cinder block into it, and then you go over the top and weld a couple of pieces across, and that way your cinder block can't come loose. So otherwise than that, got all kinds of driveway to grade up.